for me, I'm a UK citizen. They're going to say to me, there's UK flights, why don't you just go home? Right, today is the day and it's absolutely pissing it down. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but yeah, it's raining quite a lot. Cloudy. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, and it doesn't usually rain in the morning about this time. It usually rains a bit later. So it just kind of sets off the vibe of how this is going to go, I think. We're all a bit nervous.
Hungry as well. Haven't eaten much, have we?
We made it.
Barely.
Just about, by the skin of our teeth, but we made it. So we're out. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to talk over this once we've eaten, and we're going to give you the lowdown on everything. We're going to explain everything that happened. But right now, we want you to enjoy and vibe to the beautiful Putrajaya. She's happy, she's got us to tarot. Is it nice?
I'm going to have my first meal as well in nearly 24 hours.
It's been a stressful 24 hours, has it? Happy?
That's all I wanted. I actually wanted this last night. We had very different experiences that good.
Can't beat it. Can't beat a bit of roti canai and a tatarik. It's the best rotis we've ever had. You know what? Sometimes when you walk into a place and you're surprised, you know, you're not sure what to expect, and you're blown away by how good it is. Amazing.
I don't even think we're gonna want to have dinner.
Tell you what, let's start from the start and the beginning. Right, okay. Booking an appointment for that place, you want to book online. Don't book via the PowerQ app. The PowerQ app just doesn't work. There are slots, and we tried multiple times, could never get a slot. So PowerQ is not the way. Go online on the website. There's a link. We can give you the link, and you just got to check for Putrajaya. And daily, some reason, more appointments come and they appear, and so just look out for them. Anyway, the one thing I wanted to say was that we were terrified about getting an appointment at the same time and just making sure that we had an appointment each at the same time. Well, it turns out, so what happens is when you get there, if you're together, there's two people and they will let you go on the same appointment. They didn't care about my appointment because I put Julia first. They just said, cool, one's fine. Yeah, anyway, forget you. They really didn't want to see my email at all. They didn't care. They said, there's two of you, fine, you're on. You're sorted.
Yeah, what was expecting basically? Was expecting they would analyze every situation, every single case one by one, asking you questions, you know, something a bit longer as well. Yeah. So I thought they might want to see me and you separately. Yeah. And just examining the different situations, because you know we're from different countries.
You can go on the same number as a couple. I don't know what the limit is, but we were allowed on this same number.
Probably families can be the same, I imagine.
Yeah. But we're two different nationalities, so I'm English and Julie's Italian, so there's that, so we were worried about that. And it could have gone either two ways, that it could have, you know, rejected one of us and accepted one of us, or, you know, there were so many different versions that could have gone. But let me give you what happened. So we arrived, people are saying that you should arrive half hour early, but that wasn't necessarily needed. We arrived about 10 minutes before our appointment.
That wasn't our intention.
we actually intended to get there earlier, but we had to go get cash out and things because people were like.
We moved house this morning following what's happened yesterday.
We had a real like bad night. We had to move into a hotel because the new place was just like unlivable. So we arrived there 10 minutes before, and you queue up outside, and then they take your temperature.
Very quick.
They check your email and just check you've made a place. And if one of you's got a place, they'll put you both in the same number. That's fine. Whether you're a different nationality, who cares? They don't care. They just want to get you in. They get you in, get you upstairs. And the Immigration 55, the IMI form 55, they give that to you upstairs. So you don't need to fill that in beforehand.
You're not expected to have you ready.
And then they ask you if you've got, as Julia said, they ask you if you've got a copy of your passport, photocopied. If not, there is a photocopy there that can be done. So there is no problems. So then you go in. They don't look at the letter that you've got or anything like that. They just send you in so you can be examined by an immigration officer, and you wait to be called up essentially. And then essentially, once you've filled in that form, that Immigration 55 form, you'll say how many days you want. We said 45 to 60. And we waited, and the room looks like a hospital room. It looks like a hospital NHS kind of waiting room. You know, if you've ever been in the UK and you've been in hospitals, the waiting rooms, it looks a bit like that. So you're stuck in one of them, waiting for your number to be called out. Metal benches. It's all quite nice. They've got TV playing in there, Malaysian TV. It's quite chilled.
It's a bit nicer than hospitals.
It's not so manic. It's all very well organised. They're very good at organisation in there. And you just wait, and then you get called up, and the gentleman will basically, in our case, he basically just scanned our stuff very quickly, but just basically made, before we could even say anything, he said, right, okay, we're going to give you 30 days because we're doing a special 30 days for anyone that's overstayed because of coronavirus. So he didn't look at our cancelled flight to Australia. He didn't look at the immigration, the embassy letters that we had gone to the effort of getting. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that there has been a lot of talk from people who have been, you know, scaring people in terms of what they need. And I just think, obviously you can be precautious, but they're not looking for that at the moment. They understand the situation is very difficult for everyone. So they're not cross-examining. We thought we were going to be cross-examined, asked why. For me, I'm a UK citizen. They're going to say to me, there's UK flights, why don't you just go home? But obviously we're going to go live with Julia's family in Italy. But they didn't. They didn't give us a hard time about it.
Also, like, something that I think is quite interesting is I've heard some people saying, surely your embassy could help you if you're here and you come back home. Well, her embassies didn't really help us that much.
Yeah.
I mean, they did provide the letter in the end.
But the letter's not needed.
The letter is not needed.
It's not needed.
The letter says, basically, it's still dependent, obviously, on, you know, Malaysian office decision. And my embassy in particular, Italian embassy, specified. They said, oh, you know, it's very, you know, Malaysian authorities are very strict. You might not even get a letter or not. Here's your letter, but don't rely on it, basically. Which I found quite strange because it didn't feel like that.
There was a lot of scare and a lot of fear put into us about it. The other thing is he said, so it's a special thing they're doing. They says 30 days. Basically, that 30 days was regardless if you're asking for 45 or 60. I think the general consensus, we spoke to a couple who were an American couple, they also said that they just got given 30 days and that was the end of that. There wasn't a lot of look into it, and he said that, look, if you have a flight that's in July past that period, then what you can do is you can come back to immigration and you can then have another conversation with us and let us know, show us the flight and show us when you're going to plan on leaving, and we'll make arrangements from there, which is very good of them.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was being difficult at all.
No, so it was very reassuring. So it wasn't a case of, if you get this extension now, that's the only extension you're getting. It's got nothing to do with that. They basically said, we'll give you 30 days now. If you need more time and your flight isn't taking off in the next 30 days, come back before the 30 days up, and we will make a decision from there. which is good.
Oh,
And
look, you see the bridge from here. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
bridge, that's the monument.
I mean, obviously we're going to try and leave within the 30 days, which starts today. So it's not a bad thing if you get in and get it done early like we did. It's not a detriment because you've got more than one extension, or you potentially have more than one extension if you need it. They're being very fair, and they were super friendly. Sometimes when you meet and go to immigration, you know, I've had it in the US, I've had it in the UK, I've had it from UK ones. I mean, the US, really strict and really harsh. They don't want to know, they do not care, you know. But here, you know, they were very friendly. He was a very friendly gentleman, very helpful. And the beauty is they did not charge you for the extension. I know that some people have paid 100 ringgit for extensions, but I believe they were the 60-day visas for people maybe that weren't overstaying at this point. But we were expecting to pay that, and we were very worried about the debit card situation where you need a Malaysian debit card, and we thought this is just going to be a real nightmare. We were like the last people out there. Actually, we were the last people in the whole room.
So even if we wanted to pay, we couldn't have asked anyone because there was no one in the room left.
Yeah, there was literally no one left in the room. But yeah, the whole experience was very good, and I feel so much more confident. And I realised, and you know, and I know why. You know, I love Malaysia. I love the Malaysian people because they're so friendly. Even you know, the notorious immigration, so friendly. I would say, don't believe the hype and don't be scared. Just turn up with what you've got. Don't worry if you haven't got a letter. Just try and get together.
Prepared,
you know,
don't overthinking like we did, because it's not useful for anyone. We just got there so stressed about nothing.
It was very stressful.
So there was actually a very famous mosque that is beautiful, but it's actually far from here. It's in the northern part. Well, let's see. What do you think? I mean, it's 6 o'clock now. Oh, really quick.
But look, what we can say is don't worry. They're very friendly. You don't need as much as people say you do. And most of the printout stuff, you don't need passport photos. Most of the printouts can be done there. Just bring a copy of your passport. If you want to save time, do the immigration form beforehand.
But they're going to give you an additional
They'll
form.
give you an additional form that you've got to fill in, as Julia said, but it's not too much. We got a bit nervous as well because we're travelling, we're unemployed, so we thought we were going to get grilled on that as well. We thought we were going to get called in a room and grilled and then asked to see bank statements and stuff. And I mean, that's fine, but you know, of course, we thought we were going to be separated and grilled between each of us.
Yeah,
you know, if you ever seen that Australian border force and border police where they call them into the meeting room and they're like, you've overstayed, you've done this, or you can't come into the country, all this stuff. We were kind of terrified of that. It wasn't like that. I would say I get the vibe right now that if you're going for an appointment and you're going for anything like 60 days or anything like that, I'm going to be honest, I don't think they're giving them out. I think they gave them out to people who hadn't overstayed, but once you're past the overstay mark, they automatically give you 30. Anyway, I hope that puts people's minds at ease. I know if you were like us, you've been like worrying for about 24 hours, trying to sort everything out, trying to print everything out. Yeah, it was.
It's even trying to be mentally prepared because, to be honest, there was nothing to prepare yourself for.
Yeah.
Really nothing to do.
It's quite straightforward and quite easy. And we were out in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
2.5 hours?
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. We were the last people to leave as well. So yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, they got your document wrong first, so.
Oh yeah, I nearly walked out with an American extension. And then I said, it said USA, and I said, hold on, I said, no, UK citizen, English. And they were like, oh, okay, sorry. But yeah, good news. I didn't want to film in there because it's a government building, so I wasn't sure what the laws were on that, so I didn't. Made out of tyres, is it?
Yeah.
Or car parts? Oh, yeah, one thing, the 30-day extension starts from when you apply for it, so our 30-day extension starts from today. But as I said, there is option to get it extended again, and I know if there is an extension with the CMCO, there might be some more changes to that as well, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Don't worry, if you've got an appointment coming up next couple of days, don't fret. Those people that have got it in the end of June aren't necessarily in a better position than you. You know, they're renewing them for free, so it is a good thing.
Yeah, it's no way to steal your money.
No, I would get it done. I would get it done when you can, really.
But yeah, so I do think this was like the strangest experience for me, because I was really expecting a lot of questions. I was expecting to have more some kind of conversation with, you know, them asking a lot of stuff. But there was none of that.
Asking why you're here, what asking really like cross-examining your effort in trying to find flights, really kind of pulling out things and saying, oh well, there is flights via Turkish Airlines or some kind of dodgy airline that's not flying. I thought they were going to go through that, and we're going to go through that.
Like everyone's been like dramatizing this a lot. Like the people I spoke to were saying stuff like, hey, careful what you say to the immigration. I think you want to be more quiet than you think, because everything you say they could use it against you. I mean, that was really not the vibe.
Seri-Wawasan Bridge. Seri-Wawasan Bridge. It's very nice.
Very epic.
It is. Right, where are we going to, Leon? Ticket machine. Right, we are now in Putrajaya Central Station. We need to get back to Kuala Lumpur. Right, ticket counter. Oh, it's debit card. Should we pay? Boom.
No?
Top tip, if you're coming from Kuala Lumpur, the centre, you might be better off getting a grab. This cost us 14 ringgit each, we came to 28 ringgit. We had to get a grab from the Putrajaya area where immigration is back to KL Central, and that cost us 8 ringgit. So really you're only saving about 8 ringgit, 9 ringgit.
Yeah.
And we've got to wait 12 minutes for the train. So
And
my
also,
advice is, although the train's quick.
Not just that, but we need to pay more because we need to get a good grab from KL Central.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's quite long.
We need to get back from KL Central as well. It's only because we're eating in KL Central we're taking this route.
Oh, you know what I'm up for, to be honest? I'm up for one of those, I wonder watermelon juice right now.
Alright, we'll go for one of them.
Watermelon juice. But I'm all, just want to get back. I remember we had a nice lunch, but we were not.
Social distancing.
Oh, we finally have the 4 seats for us.
We are en route to KL Central. Right. Closed. Malaysia Airlines store is closed. think that kindly represents the situation right here in Malaysia at the moment. So I'm glad we could get our extension sorted.